Hey all, Bree from the No Guilt Mom podcast, and I have got a gift for you this holiday season. If you love the No Guilt Mom podcast, and I mean love the No Guilt Mom podcast, then tell us about it. Leave us a review, and you can be entered to win a No Guilt Mom gift card. All you have to do is leave a review, take a screenshot, and then simply go to noguiltmom.com/review to enter our giveaway for a free No Guilt Mom gift card, simply for telling us what you think about the podcast. It is amazing. But don't delay. Get right on this, as we're going to be giving away that No Guilt Mom gift card on December 21st. So get right on over and visit noguiltmom.com/review.
Hey, it's Joanne, and I want to welcome you to a brand new segment we are doing here on the No Guilt Mom podcast, and it's called No Guilt Mom Wins, because every one of our No Guilt Mom podcast episodes, you get to hear me and Bree talk about the science of behavior, interview experts, but what I thought would be really helpful is to hear from a parent who has made a change in their lives, because what better than to hear someone who is in the exact same place you are right now and who has made this great transformation. And I thought of no one better than one of our Balance VIP members, Amanda. Amanda's kids were not doing many chores around the house before she started with Calm and Happy Parenting and Balance. And since then, they are taking on more. And today's episode, this win, Amanda's going to share how she got her kids started on doing their own laundry. She has some great tips for you that I know you can use immediately and put in place in your house. So without any delay, here's my interview with Amanda. Welcome, Amanda, to the podcast. You are our first parent in this No Guilt Mom Wins, and I'm so excited. So welcome.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. And Amanda, I've known you now it's been over a year. You're in our Balance VIP group, and I have just seen you take situations that you've had with your kids and completely change them and experience such great success, even though we've talked about before how you don't really give yourself credit for these successes.
Sure.
Which I think is completely normal. And so we want to talk today about your kids doing the laundry, because this is one win that you recently had. Can you tell us a little bit about what was it like before they started doing the laundry on their own?
Yeah, so my kids right now are 11, 9, and 5. And I was lucky enough when my youngest was born, I was able to take 3 years off of work. And so now about 2.5 years ago, I went back to work. And that was when a lot of realizations came to me of how much I was doing, even though I was still working full time. I was still trying to do all of the household management things that I had done without a job, and where I kind of reached my breaking point. Laundry is one of those things that you cannot hide from. You know, you've got a bathroom that you don't clean, you can shut the door, you can pull the curtain over the tub. You can't hide from not doing laundry. It will get you. You are either stepping around piles of laundry in the kids' rooms or in the laundry room or around the house, or you've got baskets of clean clothes that haven't been folded, that haven't been taken upstairs, or you're frantically running out to buy extra socks, extra underwears to just buy a couple more days before you have to do laundry again. And at the time, my husband's job was really reaching like a fever pitch, where he was incredibly stressed and working like 60 hours a week. So I really was taking on everything myself and reaching my own kind of breaking point. And that was when I just knew, like, we have to try something different.
You have to try it, because I mean, when you're home, like, you're used to doing everything because you like see it around the house, and especially with laundry, which you said is so visible. I mean, it's just natural. You're like, oh, I'll just go throw a load in the washer, or like, I'll just change these in the dryer. And then you just don't realize how much you're doing and that your kids aren't doing. And it's funny that you mentioned socks, because, oh my gosh, socks in my house, Amanda. It is one of my, I'm like, why is there a sock under the couch? Why is there a sock over here? Like, the socks are a real issue.
Yes.
So when you decided that things needed to change, what was the first steps that you went through?
One of the major shifts for me was realizing that a lot of household tasks I wasn't envisioning in terms of their complete length. I was seeing the steps that need to be done, but I wasn't seeing I wasn't taking into account the whole picture. And dishes and laundry are two like perfect examples of that. With laundry, like you said, it's not the step is not just putting the load in the washer, then 2 days later you're finding like a stinky load in the washer, right? Like it was really changing my mindset to realize one of the reasons I'm struggling is that I'm not thinking about what the whole thing is. I think it really coincided with some discussions we were having about, and which was probably in balance by that point, about life skills, teaching kids life skills. People were talking about teaching kids laundry. And to me, I thought at the time my kids were probably 9 and 7 or 10 and 8. And I thought that is something that they could do. I really focused on my two big pain points were dishes and laundry. And I thought
Mhm.
dishes is a little harder to delegate. Maybe me,
Mhm.
control issues. I don't know. They load the dishwasher a certain way. But laundry
Okay.
doesn't have to be hard to delegate. It could be simplified and it could be easily explained to a kid. So that's why I kind of focused on laundry.
That's cool. So after the discussions in balance, you decided to go for laundry to teach your 8 and 10-year-old how to do it on their own. What
Yeah.
was like, how did they respond to this when you come to your kids and you're like, okay, laundry, it's on you?
They were excited about it. They were interested in learning. What I discovered later on is that I don't think they really grasped at the beginning that this was going to be a permanent thing that they were going to do. In my mind, laundry is a simple thing. So it was hard for me at first to think of like, how do I teach this to a kid? Because I grew up in a house where, though I was raised by a single mom who was working full time, she did everything. I wasn't asked to do any chores. And unfortunately, I didn't learn how to do things until I was into adulthood. My idea of teaching them to do any other thing that I've asked them to do around the house has been to say, go do this. You're okay. Now you're going to start doing this every week. Like you're responsible to do this. But I wasn't actually showing them how to do it. I wasn't teaching them. I was telling them. And again, like this all kind of came together with laundry of like, oh, I need to actually show them, like, because I would say, well, put your clothes in the dryer and I take their
Yeah.
their hamper and dump it, and it would all sit on top of the agitator, right? Because you can't you have to put them in a little bit at a time and spread them out. Or then
Right.
I
It's
would
a
see them put them in and they would
process.
like pack it down really I'm like, oh,
Exactly.
I have to tell them like you don't pack it tight. And what we came up with was there's this post-it note on the washer that says this thing that's in this bottle goes over here. This thing in this bottle goes over there. These are what the dials are supposed to say. And so now they put their clothes in, they do that. So because that reminder is there, I usually just have to stand there and watch them do it a couple of times, but they'll say out loud, like, okay, I do this. Now I check. This is supposed to be large load, cold temperature, single spin.
You've said some really interesting points. First of all, that before you were kind of just telling them to do the chores and you realize that you have to teach them to do the chores, which is something that we really go into in Calm and Happy Parenting and Balance about the I do, we do, you do. It's like a
Yes.
gradual weaning process.
Yes.
And second, you had this great visual aid when you saw that they were having trouble with the steps. You like made the post-it. So you're like, okay,
hmm
well, after working with you, I'm seeing that these steps are an issue. And
hmm
here they are. And now you're saying your kids are just following those steps right there in front of them, which is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. It was something, again, like to me, I wouldn't think that a reminder or post-it would be needed, but
Mm-hmm.
um, their dad uses the post-it too. So
Oh, that's great.
helpful for the whole family.
That's great. So here are Amanda's tips again. First tip, make sure that you are teaching your kids instead of just telling them what to do and expecting them to follow through with it. There are so many steps when it comes to doing tasks and chores around the house, and we as adults frequently misjudge exactly how much goes into each given task. So break them apart and take the time to teach. And then second, use those visual aids whenever possible. This is great when you see kids frequently forgetting something thing or a step in the process, just like Amanda did with the Post-its on her wall that told her kids, hey, this bottle goes in here. It could be as simple as that. So I hope that you enjoyed our first No Guilt Mom win. Please push subscribe on our podcast wherever you're listening right now to the No Guilt Mom podcast. We want to reach as many parents as possible and have you experience that joy and energy in parenting. And if you haven't already, sign up for that Happy Parent Checklist. I am putting a link in the show notes, and that is how I get to talk with you and be in your email inbox and give you inspiration there. So until next time, remember, the best mom's a happy mom. Take care of you, and I'll talk to you later.
Are you looking for something to listen to with your whole family? Then check out 6 Minutes, produced and created by Gen Z Media. With over 200 twisty, cliffhanger-filled episodes, 6 Minutes tells the story of 11-year-old Holiday, who is pulled from the icy waters with no memory of who she is or where she came from.
3 years ago, Brinley Pasternak helped the Anders family uncover the truth about Holiday's past. Now she'll need them to help her find the truth about hers. In 6 Minutes Out of Time, the long-awaited sequel, Cyrus Anders is found unconscious near the mysterious Elixir Academy in Florida, and Brinley learns the school may have a shocking connection to her missing mother.
Dive in now and get the most downloaded family audio adventure in history. Follow 6 Minutes wherever you get your podcasts. You can listen early and ad-free with the GZM family subscription.